welcome to this video today. Very exciting times. I was reached out to by 7 Artisans. They wanted me to do an unboxing and a testing of a new lens that they're bringing out, which I was very excited to do. So we've got the lens here. First bit of kit I've ever received from a company, which is pretty cool. So a nice little YouTube milestone there. But as we're opening up the box, okay, we get the pretty traditional looking 7 Artisans box. I have a few other lenses and they've come in similar packaging with the kind of pop the top off style, which is nice. You can see that we've got our 7 Artisans branding here. As we scroll around the box, there's not much else. You can see that I've got the micro 4/3 mount for this, so I'll be popping this on my Pocket Cinema 4K, which will be interesting. On the bottom, we've got some QR codes. I wonder where they take us to, and we've got the company's info here. So 7 Artisans typically has been a pretty good company. I've got a few of their other lenses, and yeah, really excited to see what this 4mm 2.8 wide angle, or extremely wide angle. So this is going to come out to an 8mm on a micro 4/3 camera. So a 2.8, which is pretty good, I think. So yeah, let's open this bad boy up and have a look at what we are doing here. So we've got a little bit of an info sheet here about it. You can see it's a protruding lens element at the end, which is pretty interesting. So we're not going to get too bogged down in that though. Let's open this up. Okay, it comes wrapped in some plastic, which is good. And we're gonna open this up and take a look. Wow, this thing is tiny. I can't believe how small this thing is. First impressions are that it's built like a tank. I feel like if I was potentially upset with someone, I could use this as a projectile to throw at them. But let's not go down that path. So it's got a strange lens hood here. I don't know if you can see this. It looks a little bit different to normal. It feels very sturdy once it's on. It seems to just be a slide on. There's some felt in there which kind of secures it against the gears, or the, I don't know what you call that, against the cutouts here. So that protects the lens element, obviously, because it's protruding. So that's the how the profile of the lens looks, and you can see that from the top down there. It's got a pretty strange look, which is really cool and really unique. So yeah, that's my first impressions of it. Like I said, it's built like a tank. It's got this cool little protruding bit of metal here to help you focus the lens. Seems like it's a pretty short, oh no, sorry, that is the aperture. Okay, so that is to help you change the aperture there. Very satisfying, smooth little feeling there, which is cool. And then your front ring here is for your focus. So it says that it takes us from 0.085 to infinity, and that's in meters. So that's 0.085 meters to infinity. So yeah, really cool looking lens here. Very funky. Let's get the back off and see what it looks like. Good, so we've got a metal mount on the back here, which is nice. Nice little marking there for what mount it is, so you can remember that if you've got a few of them for different cameras. So we've got a nice little metal back on it, which is great. And yeah, very impressed with 7 Artisans across the board. This is another great in terms of its build quality. All the other lenses I've got are just, you know, they're all metal constructions and they're just built like tanks, so very cool to see. And the 8mm 2.8 is no different, which is good to hear. So I was starting to think about how I was going to use this lens when 7 Artisans reached out to me, and because it's such a specialty lens, I was really curious about how I would test it and what sort of shots I would use to test it with. And a few ideas came to me, and so the first thing was to put this up on a really long monopod and try and fake a drone shot, essentially. So put this up, because it's so wide, the stability of it should be pretty good. We shouldn't see a lot of wobble or anything like that from it. And you know, maybe going out through nature. I got obsessed a little while ago with trying to fly drones through like kind of really cool looking landscapes with trees and different things like that. But I don't want to do that because it's too expensive if I crash the drone. But maybe you could fake it with this. So if you put this on a really long pole with a really light camera, you could potentially fake a lot of these kind of really cool pushing in and pulling out movements with this lens. What else? I was thinking maybe some skateboarding. I don't know if you guys skated growing up, but I remember seeing some of the films where it was a super fisheye wide angle, getting right down there next to the tricks as they were pulling off their different flip and spin tricks. So might try and find some skater mates and get this out and test that. And the last thing I was thinking was to use it for some really abstract shots in like a narrative context. So I don't know if you've seen the TV series Better Call Saul, but I watched it maybe at the end of last year, and I remember being really struck by just the unique establishing shots that they used in that film. And a lot of them were super wide. They were like attached to different doors, or set up off angle in a corner of a room or something like that. And I just thought it was really cool how they use those different unique shots to actually tell the story and to provide like a bit of a theme or a tone for their series. So a lens like this could be really helpful in that. So if you're still watching, love it. Thanks for being committed to the unboxing. I don't know if you find unboxings as satisfying as I do, but it's a pretty cool experience. But my overall thoughts on this little lens, let's see how much this lens actually goes for on the website. So let's see what sort of, okay, so 150 US for the E mount. Let's see if the, no, okay, so it's the same across all mounts. So we've got the E mount, the FX mount, the Micro Four Thirds mount, and the EOS-M mount. So a little bit of the features here. It's saying it's a one of a kind 225 degree angle of view. So photographers can create 360 full panorama images with a minimum of 2 to 3 shots, which is pretty cool. That's another really good use case you could use for something like this, is if you've got a few cameras, you could actually, and point them in different directions, you could do like a 360 virtual reality sort of thing. So that could be a use case for it there as well. Getting distracted by how it looks looking through the curvature of this lens. It's very cool. It's almost like there's fluid in there or something. Anyway, back to it though. This lens can be mounted on the DJI 5X cameras. If you have one of those, awesome. But yeah, this is a pretty cool looking little lens here. Very excited to try it out. We've got 10 elements in 8 groups. It's about 200 grams, nice and light, but pretty solid still. Large aperture, 2.8 is pretty impressive, particularly if you're getting the APS-C version and not the Micro Four Thirds version. That's giving you an equivalent of f4, which is good. So yeah, we can see here that we get some pretty interesting drone shots if you're putting it up on the DJI X5 series drone, which is a cool look. And yeah, how it looks there on different cameras. So thanks for tuning in today, guys. They are sending me another lens. I think it's the 12mm 2.8, which should be interesting. That'll be more of a traditional standard wide and not so novelty or specialty. But yeah, keep your eyes tuned if you are interested in this, getting a lens like this. I'm going to be making a video kind of doing tests with all those 3 use cases that I said before. But yeah, this is the 7 Artisans 4mm. Can't believe I'm holding a 4mm lens. That's crazy. 4mm 2.8. And if you want to pick one up, you can get on their website now for 150 US to get this specialty lens. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks for spending some time on my channel. If you're not subscribed, I'd love you to subscribe. That would be really good. And yeah, leave any comments down below about any things that you want to know about the lens, or maybe suggestions of what I could do to test it. If you've got any kind of classic use cases for ultra wide lenses, let me know. And other than that, we'll catch you in the next video.